Hi, this is Vicky from the Spellbound Bead Company, and in this video I'm going to show you how to turn single St. Petersburg chain into a double St. Petersburg chain. So now we've got our single St. Petersburg chain, the next step is to add to it to turn it into double St. Petersburg chain. So this we do by working off the length that we've already made. So again, I've got my size 10 needle and a comfortable length of thread to work from. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm actually going to tie the end of the thread onto the keeper bead that's already there. So just tie it round in a single knot. There we go, and that will hold both tails together so we can keep those out of the way for when we're finishing off. So it starts off in exactly the same way as the St. Petersburg chain for the single. So we're going to start by picking up 6 beads. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring those down to the keeper bead, and then as before we're going to go through the middle 2 that we've just put on. Okay, so far so familiar. And we'll bring those down, make sure that's all nice and snug. And then we're going to do the turn as before. So we use the green beads for the turn. So we're going to come back down through 3 beads towards the keeper bead there. And now this is where it's slightly different, because rather than picking up a new bead to turn back up to start the next step, we're going to go, let's move that thread out of the way, we're going to go up through the blue bead that's already attached. So we're going to come up through there, and it will pull with a bit of persuasion, pull that bead to sit up, those beads to sit up in a V. Okay, so we're then going to go up through these 2 beads, which although they're sitting on the outside at the moment, will flip to sit inside. There we go, and you can see there you've got the distinctive V shape that you get with double St. Petersburg. So we're going to pick up 4 of the main colour, bring those down, I'm going to go through 2. Yeah, it's easier to do in my hand. Up through 2. Now at this point you can just end up in a knot, so just make sure your thread's not going to get knotted around that loop there. Let's pick up the green to turn, back down through 3, up through the next blue, and up through the 2 beads there. Okay, and there you have it. So again, pick up 4, bring them down, up through 2, and just tell the beads where you want them to sit with your fingers. 1 to turn, down through 3, up the blue, and then up 2, oops, try not to get your fingers tangled, and you're going to keep doing this all the way up the length of the bracelet again. I say bracelet, up the length of the chain is what I should say. Down to turn, and through the blue, and through 2, and up 4, so up through 2, on to turn, blue, and through 2, and keep going. I know I keep doing this all in one movement, these parts of the stitch, but if you need to do them all one at a time, if you need to do them individually, then do. I ought to really, so that you can see them more clearly. So we'll go up through 2, there, pick up 1, and down through 3, and up through the blue, and up through the 2, and keep going. So thread isn't necessarily an important consideration in this because you don't see much of it, but you will see a little bit. So the thing to remember is that dark thread, ooh, I've gone through those beads in the wrong direction, so let's just take that off. And so yeah, thread. So dark thread will recede into the shadows, and lighter thread does have a tendency to show a bit more. So if you're not sure, always go for a sharp. If you're not sure, always go for a slightly darker thread because it will recede into the background. So something like a black or a dark grey thread will sink back into your beadwork, whereas as you can see with the white that I'm using here, it will pop a little bit more. So there we go, pick up the blue and up through 2. Okay, so 4, up through 2, and turn through 3. Oops. And we're just going to keep going like this all the way along till we get to the end. And that is your introduction to St. Petersburg chain. Any questions? Leave them in the comments. Get in touch with the shop via the website or the Facebook page or any other way you fancy. And the last one. And of course the beauty of this is, because you've used 2 separate threads, if you decide that you want it to be longer, you can just rethread your needle on the original thread, add a length, and then pick up your second thread again and add a length on the other end. But there you have it, a length of double St. Petersburg chain.